How people are killing Chesapeake Bay. Reason why Chesapeake Bay is in danger. The Chesapeake Bay is in danger because of things like agricultural runoff, climate change, dead zone, and wastewater that are all problems that are created by people, and it's harming the bay in various ways. What is agricultural runoffs? Agricultural runoffs is when farmers fertilize their grass and flowers and plants and use the method of irrigation, that is to use sprinklers to control the amount of water that is being sprayed on plants, and the plant absorb the fertilizer, and the water that drips off the grass and plants flows into bays of water that can lead to the water being dead zone, and within time farmer repeat the same method, and then the water in the bay can get polluted because of the amount of times farmers water. How is agricultural runoffs harming the Chesapeake Bay? The agricultural runoffs are killing the Chesapeake Bay as it's caused by farmers as they fertilizing plants often, and each time they water the plants with water, the fertilizer mixed water flows down into the Chesapeake Bay, and it creates these runoffs that go to the Chesapeake Bay that can affect the water and can turn it into pollution, but it can pollute the bay and local waterways that can make it a hard place for fishes and other sea animals to live, since most of their oxygen is being polluted. What is the dead zone? Dead zone or hypoxia refers to reduced levels of oxygen in the water. This causes when water starts lacking the nutrients it needs, and it's mostly caused by farmers when fertilizer from their plants runoff starts flowing into the bay, causing the water to get polluted. It can make a very bad habitat for fish and sea animals as they will lack the oxygen they need to live. How does dead zone affect the Chesapeake Bay? The dead zone is one of the biggest reasons the Chesapeake Bay is being affected. The runoffs these farmers are making are running into the Chesapeake Bay. It's making it change color and making the water polluted, making it a hard place for fish to live, as they will die due to lack of oxygen. Not only it will be cutting off the water supply for animals, as that water will be unsafe for them to breathe. If they ever did breathe the water, it's most likely cause the sea animals to die. What is wastewater? Wastewater is caused by people, and I mean everyone. Wastewater is like water from toilets, shower and sinks. The water goes into bodies of ocean where all the wastewater goes, and all this wastewater we toss into the bay can cause the water to be polluted. That can also cause a dead zone for polluting the water and taking out the nutrients. How does wastewater harm the Chesapeake Bay? Waste have a lot of pollutants that go into the Chesapeake Bay, for example bacteria, viruses, waste, oils, and scraps, and so much more are found in the wastewater that goes into the Chesapeake Bay that can cause dead zone, as all this waste is only polluting the water that is taking nutrients in the water. What is solution for wastewater and agricultural runoff? You might ask, how can we solve these problems with Chesapeake Bay? There's always a way to solve it. Like the wastewater that goes into the Chesapeake Bay, we can filter it. So when the waste comes through, it will be filtered and it will be no harm or pollutant in the bay. But there is something bigger that is runoff. This would be a bit more difficult, as this is caused by farmer if they decide to lower amount of pesticide they used. It can lower the amount runoffs that happen constantly. What is a solution for dead zone? Dead zone is problem, but when there is problem there is solution, and you might ask what solution is there for dead zone? Well, that's a good question. We would need farmers in the Chesapeake Bay to lower the usage of pesticides, as it makes runoffs, and if they're runoffs it makes dead zone. So the only way we can lower the amount of runoff and dead zone is by lowering the amount of pesticides that is being used. Photo of Chesapeake Bay. This is a photo I had from a past projects that was on the Chesapeake Bay that I had took when I went to the bay to research, but the photo on the screen is photo of wastewater that got into one of the small rivers. This was the color of the water of the bay. Currently it's all brown and dirty due to the fact that many runoffs have already got to the water. This is what the dead zone looks like since they already cleaned out the dead fishes in the bay, as it's currently being cleaned. Thanks for watching.